So, are you ready to take the plunge? Is it time to get your shop back on track? Are you in the market for a track saw? I'll tell you why the Kreg track saw is the best bang for the buck and why it just may be what you're looking for. What's up, you guys? I'm Travis, this is Shop Nation, and I've had my Kreg track saw for a little over a year now, and I've used it to build a lot of different projects, and I get a lot of requests to do a review, so here we go. Now, with all of my previous tool reviews, I'm only gonna do this after I've had a chance to use the tool for a significant amount of time. In my opinion, there's nothing more useless than watching someone take something out of a box, stare at it, and give their opinion on it. And I also want to point out that although I've had previous videos sponsored by Kreg Tool,
speaking of which, this video is sponsored by Keeps.
I purchased this track saw and the ACS, which we'll talk about here in a second, with my own money. So this video reflects 100% my own thoughts. And it's also probably worth mentioning that I am not a professional woodworker. If you've seen my previous videos, you know this. I am at best a hobbyist, so I don't plan on using this on a daily basis as my main source of income. So just keep that in mind if your situation is maybe a little bit different. Now, I was in the market for a track saw after seeing them used in several YouTube videos, and I thought, man, that thing looks handy. And at that time, I was actually between table saws, so I thought this would be a great option to allow me to keep building projects while I didn't have access to a tool like that. Now, there are three big advantages to using something like a track saw versus a circular saw with a guide. And number one is safety. When the saw is not in use, the blade retracts into the body, making it a lot less likely that you cut your dang finger off. Number two is that you can easily make plunge cuts. Now, there is a janky way to do this with a circular saw, but it is a much more accurate and safer option using a track saw. And finally, number three is dust collection. Up until I got this track saw, I was using my circular saw with a guide. Holy dust. Now, alternatively, on a track saw, because the blade is enclosed in a shroud, this means when you connect a dust collector or even a small shop vac, you make very little dust, which is nice. So I started my search without any influence and quickly zeroed in on a couple of different brands. Now, the Festool line of track saws pretty obviously stand out as the king, both in terms of quality and price. Now, I'm not really a Festool guy, we all know the type. So I knew pretty much right off the bat that that one was not for me, though I will acknowledge it's one of the best track saws on the market. Now, the next two that I seemed to gravitate towards was the Makita SP6000J and the Kreg track saw, both of which I've seen used by lots of people and are really popular. Now, each of those options have their own advantages, and it's just a matter of weighing the pros and cons of each for my specific needs. Now, price is obviously a factor in any buying decision, so comparing those three models, the Festool TS-55, which is most comparable to the other two models, retails for $699 for the saw and track. The Makita SP6000J for the saw and track retails for about $455. And finally, the Kreg saw and track retail for $398. So I ended up obviously purchasing the Kreg, but it wasn't a landslide decision. And the ultimate factor in that decision was the Kreg ACS. Now, ACS stands for Adaptive Cutting System, and essentially it's a platform on which you can use a lot of different jigs and tools to more accurately and efficiently make your cuts using the Kreg track saw. So the work surface is MDF with all of these CNC dog holes, as well as the track inlaid on the top of the workbench and the fixed mounts on either end for the track itself. Now, the track actually lifts up, you slide your workpiece underneath, set the track back down, and make your cuts. And as I mentioned, there's all kinds of accessories you can use on this thing that make it really versatile. So when it comes to the saw itself, I'll just run through some basic features, and we'll start with the blade. The standard blade it comes with is a 48 tooth blade I've come to really like. You obviously have the blade shrouded in the cover, which is going to be standard for pretty much any track saw. Dust port on the back, which does swivel. Moving to the top of the saw, we have some safety features like a lock for doing maintenance on the tool, like changing out the blade. You have the plunge lock, so the saw won't plunge without depressing the unlock first. And then obviously you have your trigger for turning on and off the saw. On the lower part of the handle, you have an adjustable speed control. Up on the top of the handle here, you have two embedded Allen wrenches, which is kind of nice. Moving down to the base of the saw, you have two adjustments on the front and the back to fine-tune the fit on the actual track itself. And then in between those, you have an anti-kickback feature, which we'll talk about later. And moving to the front of the saw, we have the depth adjustment, which is really easy to use and read, as well as the angle adjustment on both the front and the back. And then finally, on the bottom of the saw, you do have a splinter guard up here towards the front. You can move this back. The saw does have a riving knife as well, which should help prevent kickback. And then finally in here, where it runs along the track, you have those two adjustments we talked about earlier and the anti-kickback feature, which again, we'll talk about later. Now, once I started using the Kreg track saw, I knew I'd made the right decision, though I know the Makita is a great tool as well. And what were some of those realizations I made, you ask? Well, let's start with the good. First, let's talk about the sponsor of today's video, and that is Keeps. And specifically, we're talking about male pattern baldness. 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of balding from male pattern baldness before they're 35. And I appear to be in the majority there. You see, the best way to prevent hair loss is to do something about it while you still have some left. And this is where Keeps comes in. And no, this is not some gimmicky late night infomercial special where you like spray paint your hair on. This is real FDA approved treatment. Keeps is a subscription service focused on making it easier and more affordable for us guys to treat our male pattern baldness. You see, I started losing my hair in my mid to late 20s, and I wish that I knew about Keeps back then. So the way it works is you talk to a licensed doctor who prescribes you a specific treatment of FDA approved medication, which is then shipped to you every 3 months. And the best news is that it's affordable because Keeps offers generic versions of the FDA approved medications. So if you're ready to take action and help prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/shopnation or click on the link in the video description below for 50% off your first order. That's keeps.com/shopnation. Thank you, Keeps, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the review. Now, the first thing that I like about the Kreg track saw is the dust collection and just how well it works. So I actually built a little standalone unit to hold my ACS table, which has a tiny little dust collector inside of it. And when I hook that thing up to this, which is basically just a shop vac, it creates very little dust. So it's really good for keeping your shop clean. But what's also cool is Kreg includes this little dust bag. Now, I'll admit, this is usually the first accessory that I toss in the garbage when I buy a new tool, but this one actually is pretty cool. And it's cool because it works. It catches a surprising amount of dust. But one of the coolest features of it is it actually has this cap that you can remove. I didn't break it, I promise. This cap is obviously off when you're using the saw, but when you're done, you pop the cap back on and you throw it in your drawer. Because I'm sure many of you out there have experienced this. When you take this and you throw it in a drawer, you immediately cover everything in that drawer with dust. So kind of a cool little detail from Kreg. And number 2 is the track length. Now you might say, what's so special about that? The Kreg track length is 62 inches versus 55 inches on both the Festool and the Makita. And you might be saying, but I only have to crosscut a maximum of 48 inches, so what's the big deal? But basically what this extra 7 inches in length does is allow for over travel of the saw on both the front and the back of the cut. I mean, who wouldn't take an extra 7 inches? Let's be real. And the other really kind of cool feature that's only on the Kreg track is this little cord and hose guide. Now I'll admit, at first when I saw this, I thought, well, that's gimmicky and stupid. But the more I use this thing, it's actually really handy. As you're making cuts, it really helps guide things and you don't get tripped up or snagged, and it just makes the cuts a lot easier. Now, number 3 is actually a safety feature, and that's to prevent kickback of the saw. So kickback, much like on a table saw, is when the board catches or pinches the blade and the saw wants to shoot backwards, typically into your groin area. Now, Kreg has solved this with this little anti-kickback feature on the Kreg track saw. And as far as I can tell, this isn't offered on the other 2 alternatives I was looking at. Basically, the way it works is when it's off, you can push the saw forward and backwards along the tracks with no issue. But if you want to engage the anti-kickback device, you simply flip the switch. You can still push the saw forward, but it doesn't go backwards. That's just cool. Now, I mentioned earlier, I actually built a little piece of shop furniture that fits underneath the Kreg ACS that houses a dust collector and some drawers, and it dramatically increases the efficiency and effectiveness, frankly, of how the system works. And I've got to say that since I got it, I use this thing on pretty much every project to some capacity. Now, Festool, to be fair, has their own version called, I think it's the MFT, which hopefully doesn't stand for Mother Effin' Table, but that'd be kind of funny if it did. And it's a really similar concept. It's a series of precisely placed dog holes with some tracks. You can use all kinds of accessories. And the biggest selling point is that the track itself mounts on the table and is always a square reference line. So for me, this means that this is basically my crosscut station. I actually don't even use my table saw to make crosscuts. That's how useful this thing is. It's also really handy if you want to make a quick angled cut, and with a table width of 55 inches, it means I can slide an entire sheet of plywood in lengthwise. So super handy. I really love having this thing in the shop, and that's another big selling point of why I got the Kreg. Now, unfortunately, no tool is perfect, and there's a couple things about the Kreg that I'll file under the not so good category. And the first thing about the Kreg track saw that I don't like as much is the cord guide. Now I know, you're saying, but you pointed that out as a good thing. And I still think it's a good thing, I just think the execution of it could be better. And what I mean is there's actually only this little screw here securing the thing on the end of the track. So this end is kind of flimsy and it just feels like it's gonna break. Now, it obviously hasn't broken yet, and now I have a 3D printer, so I could, in theory, just make a new one. But if you didn't, it'd be a cause for concern. And the second part is about the track, but not really the track itself. It's the fact that it's not compatible with other common tracks. Now, both the Makita and the Festool share an identical track design. So that means that accessories you can buy for the Festool will, in theory, work on the Makita track. And the one accessory that I wish was widely available for the Kreg track is a track square. Now, this is a device that you can mount on either end of the track and use it kind of like a T-square to square up the track on your workpiece. So when you don't have something like that, you have to take 2 different measurements and make sure it's aligned and check square, and it just takes a little bit longer. The workaround for this obviously is to make your own. With some precise references, you can get a really accurate track square built out of just scrap plywood. Now, I chose to 3D print my own using an industrial Markforged 3D printer, which is a nylon matrix that's reinforced with continuous carbon fiber. So it's got the strength of aluminum, it's super lightweight, and I can make it look really cool. But obviously, if you don't have access to that, just make one out of plywood. And for the third, not so good for the Kreg, is that there is no battery option, so you're stuck with a cord. Now, this personally doesn't bother me, but there are cases where I could see it being a big advantage to have a battery option. The Makita has a really nice battery option that actually uses 2 Makita batteries to power the track saw, which I think is kind of a cool alternative. And for the fourth and final, not so good for the Kreg, is the case. Now, both the Festool and Makita come with a hard case. Festool calls theirs a sustainer. That's actually pretty nice, especially if you have to travel with this thing. Now, I don't. This thing lives in my shop, so I really don't care about the case, but I thought it was worth mentioning that it just kind of comes with this floppy one. And you could also argue that because of the lower price point, they have to cut somewhere, and this is one of those places that they can cut. So maybe it's important to you, maybe not. So you may be asking, would you still recommend buying this track saw over the others that we talked about? And my answer is yes. I think that for the price, the compatibility with the ACS, and a bunch of the features that we already talked about, I think this is the best bang for your buck when it comes to a track saw, if you're a weekend warrior like me. Now, I could make the argument that for a professional furniture maker, trim carpenter, cabinet maker, shelling out the few extra bucks for the Festool might be worth it in the end. If you are interested in the Kreg track saw, the ACS, or anything we talked about in this video, I'll have links to all of that down in the video description below. Those are affiliate links and they help sponsor the channel, so I really appreciate it. I hope this review was helpful. Maybe it solidified your decision one way or the other. If there's something that I missed or maybe just glossed over that you want some more information about, feel free to leave those down in the comments and I'll try and answer as many as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the tool review. If you have a future review request, leave those down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for future videos. We'll definitely put this puppy to work in the next project, and until then, keep pursuing shop greatness.